Christmas is supposed to be a time of joy, warmth, and family gatherings, but for some, it has become the backdrop for some of the most shocking crimes ever committed. While twinkling lights and carols fill the air, the world has occasionally witnessed horrors that are almost too bizarre to believe. Today, we're diving into the top 5 bizarre true crimes that shook the world during Christmas. These are cases so strange, chilling, and twisted, they'll make you rethink leaving your doors unlocked during the holidays. Before we dive in, make sure to subscribe to the channel, Serious Wellness, to never miss the most gripping true crime stories that keep you on the edge of your seat. 1. The Christmas Eve Cannibal Case 2000. Japan. In the quiet, bustling suburbs of Tokyo, a crime unfolded on Christmas Eve 2000 that would shock not only Japan but the entire world. Issei Sagawa, a man from a wealthy family, highly educated and socially polished, committed an act so grotesque that it defied comprehension. A visiting French student became his victim, and in a horrifying twist, Sagawa not only murdered her but also engaged in acts of cannibalism. The brutality of the crime was matched only by the chilling normalcy of Sagawa's life. To neighbors, friends, and colleagues, he appeared refined, intelligent, and unassuming, a stark contrast to the monstrosity of his actions. What made this case even more disturbing was the aftermath. Although Sagawa was arrested, due to peculiar legal loopholes, he was eventually released, free to return to society despite having committed one of the most heinous crimes imaginable. This outcome horrified the public, raising urgent questions about flaws in the justice system and the terrifying possibility that such evil could exist beyond punishment. The world watched in disbelief as a man capable of such depravity walked free, his freedom leaving a lingering sense of unease. This case remains one of the most infamous examples of human darkness, a grim reminder that evil can lurk behind the most polished exteriors. It casts a shadow not only over the victims and their families but also over the very concept of safety and trust, proving that appearances can be dangerously deceiving. 2. The Christmas Tree Arson Murders. 1987 USA. Christmas is widely celebrated as a season of joy, warmth, and family togetherness, marked by twinkling lights, laughter, and the comforting scent of holiday treats. However, in 1987, the festive spirit in Massachusetts was brutally shattered by an act of unimaginable cruelty. Joseph Labate, an arsonist driven by a disturbing desire for chaos, deliberately targeted a family's Christmas tree display, igniting a fire that tragically claimed the lives of 2 children and left several others critically injured. The horror of the crime was amplified by its senselessness. Labate had no personal grudge against the family. Instead, investigators later discovered that his motivation stemmed purely from a twisted craving for thrill, destruction, and terror, making the attack both random and deeply unnerving. Labate meticulously planned the timing of the fire, choosing Christmas deliberately, when homes were filled with families celebrating together. His actions were calculated to maximize fear and suffering, transforming what should have been a peaceful, joyous evening into a scene of devastation. The randomness and cruelty of the act shocked the nation, dominating headlines and leaving the local community traumatized. Families who once viewed the holiday season as a safe and comforting time were forced to confront the fragility of life and the unsettling reality that malice can strike when it is least expected. This tragedy stands as a chilling reminder that even the most festive moments can be corrupted by human darkness. It compels reflection on the unpredictable nature of evil and highlights how ordinary facades can hide dangerous impulses. Christmas, a season meant to symbolize hope and togetherness, was forever tainted for those affected, proving that joy can be alarmingly fragile. 3. The Christmas Day Bank Heist. 1999, United Kingdom. Imagine waking up on Christmas morning, expecting the warmth of family, the scent of cinnamon rolls, and the comforting joy of holiday cheer, only to discover that your local bank has been violently robbed. In 1999, a gang in London carried out a meticulously planned heist on Christmas Day, exploiting the fact that most of the city was celebrating and that bank employees were off duty. The audacity of their timing alone sent shockwaves through the community. But what made the crime truly bizarre and unforgettable was the surreal execution. The robbers dressed as Santa Claus and his elves, transforming what should have been a scene of festive merriment into one of terror. Customers and passers-by were left paralyzed with fear as the costumed criminals moved through the bank, targeting safety deposit boxes that contained millions in cash, jewelry, and other priceless valuables. Initially, the plan seemed flawless, with every detail calculated to minimize risk. However, advances in forensic technology, combined with diligent police work, eventually led to the gang's capture. The crime shocked not only the victims but the entire city, forcing residents to reconsider the safety of holiday spaces they had always taken for granted. This heist remains a chilling reminder that even the most festive, joyous moments can be exploited by those willing to manipulate fear and vulnerability, turning a season of celebration into one of disbelief and terror. 4. The Killer Santa. 1986. USA. Santa Claus is universally celebrated as a symbol of joy, generosity, and childhood wonder, a figure whose very image evokes warmth and happiness. Yet in 1986, one man transformed this beloved icon into a terrifying instrument of fear. Richard "Killer Santa" Clayton used the festive disguise of Santa Claus to commit murder, targeting unsuspecting victims on Christmas Eve. Believing that the anonymity of the costume would shield him, Clayton moved through holiday crowds, spreading terror while hiding behind the mask of innocence. What made this case particularly bizarre and chilling was not just the violence itself, but Clayton's profound psychological obsession with Santa Claus. He fixated on the idea that merging himself with the symbol of cheer would allow him to manipulate fear in ways that stunned investigators and the public alike. For months, authorities struggled to track him, as the costume allowed him to blend seamlessly into festive celebrations, making his movements unpredictable and unnerving. When he was finally apprehended, the trial revealed the disturbing depth of his fixation and the cruelty that underpinned his actions. The case left a permanent scar on the community, demonstrating that even symbols of innocence can be twisted into instruments of horror. Richard Clayton's crimes remain one of the most unsettling Christmas cases in American history, a chilling reminder that evil can hide behind the most familiar and comforting facades. 5. The Christmas Family Massacre. 1994. Australia. In a quiet rural town in Australia, Christmas was traditionally a time of joy, family gatherings, and peaceful celebration. Yet in 1994, the holiday became a scene of unimaginable horror that would leave the community reeling. Leonard Fraser carried out a meticulously premeditated attack on a local family, brutally murdering multiple members and shattering the sense of safety that the town had long taken for granted. In a small community where everyone knew one another, the sheer brutality of the crime sent shockwaves throughout the region, leaving neighbors terrified and questioning the security of their homes during what was supposed to be a festive season. What made this massacre particularly disturbing was the chilling combination of randomness and ritualistic behavior. Fraser carefully staged parts of the crime scene, leaving behind symbols that seemed to mock the very essence of Christmas and its spirit of warmth and togetherness. Investigators struggled to understand his motives, which appeared to be a disturbing mix of personal vendetta and psychological compulsion. The trial revealed a terrifying glimpse into Fraser's mind, showing a man who saw joy, family, and celebration as triggers for extreme violence, completely detached from empathy or morality. This horrific event left an indelible scar on the town and on Australian history. It remains one of the most infamous holiday crimes, a stark reminder that even the most cherished and seemingly secure moments can be violently disrupted by human depravity, and that evil can emerge where it is least expected. It's almost unthinkable to associate Christmas with violence, yet these bizarre crimes remind us that darkness can lurk even in the brightest of seasons. From cannibalism to arson, bank heists, and ritualistic murders, the holiday season has occasionally been a stage for humanity's most twisted impulses. These cases force us to confront the uncomfortable truth: evil doesn't take a holiday. If these stories have shocked or unsettled you, take a moment to think about how fragile safety and joy can be. The next time you see a smiling Santa or a glowing Christmas tree, remember that the symbols of cheer can sometimes mask unimaginable horrors. For those who crave more chilling tales, these crimes are just the tip of the iceberg. The world is full of bizarre true stories that challenge our understanding of morality, psychology, and the dark side of human nature. Each Christmas, somewhere, someone is rewriting what we think we know about crime, making the season a haunting reminder of how unpredictable life can be. Don't forget to subscribe to Serious Wellness to uncover more bizarre, unbelievable, and shocking true crime stories that will make you think twice about what lurks behind the holiday cheer.